Hey guys, Professor Bell, Comic Book University, and I'm reading The Fall and Rise of Captain Atom, #1. Yeah, you have no idea how many times I had to prep myself and repeat myself instead of saying the rise and fall. Anyway, it is The Fall and Rise of Captain Atom. Guys, Captain Atom is one of the most powerful beings in the DC universe. Very cool. He's kind of like Firestorm, except a lot more deadly in that he can't always control what he does. Anyway, we kind of do one of these things that DC's been doing lately where they do the climax first, then they do what happened before. All of that stuff it's weird. But anyway, basically what happens in order is that Captain Atom is flying and he starts to have some kind of a fever showing that he's about to erupt, and all sorts of weird things start happening. His powers start to get a little awry. He comes across a cruise liner and it's about to capsize. He's advised to not help them, but he does anyway. He makes the sea into a form of jello. Cute, very cute. And then he's able to fly away, but he can't fly too fast. He can't do too much. He had to really overexert himself in order to do that because his powers aren't working the way they should, and he's about to flare up. All of a sudden, Green Lantern, Superman, and Cyborg show up. Now, apparently these guys are idiots when they're not in their own comic books. This almost seems like it's the New 52 Superman as opposed to the current Superman, which is the old Superman, because he doesn't recognize Captain Atom, apparently. All these guys are like, oh yeah, we've heard reports about this guy, that he's crazy and that he blows people up and he's kind of like a terrorist and all these strange things about him, all these reports, but we don't really know anything about him. Oh, the Flash saw him one time and he said that he's unstable. And okay, hold on. I get it that nobody here knows who he is except Superman. That is one of those continuity issues that I have with DC. So anyway, he's got to get back to this place in Kansas called the Continuum. Yeah, I know, Kansas, Superman. Anyway, that's where Smallville is. So they're going to try and bring him there. It's funny, they're like, oh, he talks to himself too. Really? You've never heard of an earbud? I mean, come on, man. Like, he's talking to this guy this doctor back at his base at the Continuum. So he's got to patch through to Cyborg and relay coordinates, and not even coordinates, well, not just coordinates, excuse me. He's got to relay the idea that he's got to get back to this base. Otherwise, when he detonates, which he's going to detonate soon, bada boom. And he's sitting there for at least 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, it seems like, trying to get this point across. Now, if they were going to send this to Cyborg, and they know anything about Cyborg, that he is a quantum computer, couldn't they have just uploaded basic facts and then said to him, hey, listen, man, here's the deal. You need to get him back here so we contain him. Please, relay this as quickly as you can to Superman, or at least use your ability to be a trustworthy member of the Justice League and tell them, just trust you and do what you tell them to do, which is fly back as soon as you can. Now, Superman could have just grabbed this guy and flown him as quickly as possible, and that's actually what they suggest. But Superman has this brilliant idea, not brilliant for Superman, for crying out loud, and says, hey, listen, Green Lantern, why don't you fly alongside me and contain, Captain Marvel just in case he blows up? Yeah, really great idea, except that's going to slow you down. So, okay, and Cyborg is flying along. I don't know why Cyborg is flying along. What the heck was he supposed to do? I'm sorry, I'm a man of science, so I'm going to suggest you do that containment field, and then, hey, you've got a mother box inside of you, for crying out loud. Isn't that right, Cyborg? All the quantum abilities that you have, I mean, and this guy runs off of quantum power. Hello? How about you try and dissolve some of that power, turn it into a less dangerous form. Maybe turn it into a form of projection so that it gets you there faster. How about that? How about you have it dimensionally warp out into space, into some place that won't harm other people? How about that? But no, nobody here thinks that way. So anyway, he winds up blowing up and potentially people get hurt, killed, injured, whatever. The Justice League can only do so much. Once they get him back to the Continuum, they apparently just vanish because they're gone. Who knows where they are? He has another flare-up because he's having an existential suicidal kind of moment. I've really spent a lot of time talking about this comic, and it really isn't worth it. This looks like it could be good. I think they just had to get this stupidity out of the way, and Captain Atom, if he's going to be anything special, has to stay away from all the other superheroes. Look, you always have to have that quick little beginning where, hey, here's a cameo. to give this superhero some kind of credibility, because it's not like it's Superman and everybody knows who he is. No, 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 no. You've done that. We're done. Congratulations. Now, in order for this to not be a dumb comic like Cyborg Rebirth is, how about this? Stay away from all the other superheroes. Stay away from all of this nonsense, and let's try and give this guy an actual rebirth and see if he can stand alone on his own. If he can't, he gets canceled. It's done. But stop bringing other heroes into this. Let's actually focus on who Captain Atom is. Anyway, guys, in the meantime, this comic is going to get a C, and let's hope it goes a whole lot better from there. Professor Bill, Comic Book University, class dismissed.